everybody, welcome to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Today I thought we'd take a look at the brand new Disney Animation Courtyard that just opened and take a look at some of the construction that's happening for the brand new Monsters Inc. land, Monstropolis, the City Frightful. I am so excited about all the new things coming to this park, so come along with us, should be an awesome day. Alright, we are headed over towards Disney's brand new Animation Courtyard. It's now open. I was here a few days ago. I didn't get any footage really of it. It's sort of like soft opened and now it's opened fully for the public. Not everything is open quite yet, but holy cow, there's a lot of people over here. Like, an insane amount of people are over in this area. For an area that has been a ghost town for I don't know how long, I am seeing so many people in this space, which to me is a win. I have been so disappointed in the fact that they've really just done nothing with this area for years. And thinking, man, I really hope they do something good with this. And so far, so good. I mean, there's a lot of people hanging out over here. Look at this. This is insane. But I'm absolutely digging it so far. I love this addition of this little, I don't know, garden, grassy landscape here. Area where you can kind of just relax, like a little miniature park, if you will, with this sort of fake grass. I did see that they have Hua over here, along with Thumper. And I remember they had this out the very first day I was here. And I kind of had a feeling that that little guy was going to get tore up pretty quick because everybody and their brother wants to sit on it and take pictures, which is to be expected. So I have a feeling that thing is probably gonna be removed at some point, I would bet, because I feel like it's just going to take one person falling and tripping on that. As soon as that happens, the very first person that trips, hits their head or falls, or some kid's running and playing and they trip and bust their head on that thing's gonna be gone. Trust me. It's not like soft and padded. I mean, it's like a hard statue thing. So I don't know. We'll see how long that lasts. I think it's cute. I like what they tried to do with it. I don't think it's gonna be there very long. So get your photos in now if you want, because it's probably gonna be gone. But I like this little pergola thing right here, chilling. Kind of reminds me of a smoking section at a park, but I don't think you're allowed to smoke there. Wow, it looks pretty cool, and it's got more of those little creatures in it. See a character from the Jungle Book up there, and I should know what that other thing is up there, but I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, it's kind of nice. But this, these ones are fine here. These little guys right here. Nobody's gonna trip and probably hit their head on this little guy. But yeah, but he looks pretty good still. Or I'm not really seeing any damage to this one yet, but yeah, I like the little touches. And there's these little characters that are kind of all over the place if you look. A lot of them are up above where you can't really get to them. Like Apu up here. The studio store, he's kind of hanging out in the O there. But this seems like the lamest thing here, but I think it's actually my favorite thing in this area. Is basically this version of the Walk of Fame and all the little handprints and things that are outside of the Chinese theater in California there. And obviously, I mean, we have the replica of the Chinese theater over here for Hollywood Studios, way over there in the distance. But I dig the fact that they added this because there's some cool characters here. And I think this probably is my favorite character right here. Just had to get down here and check out my boy, John Silver. What's up, John Silver? Treasure Planet, anybody? I ain't gonna lie, Treasure Planet needs a little bit more love. That movie is slept on, just gonna say it. Saying it right now. But yeah, man, check it out. Look at it. It's cool. Look at his hand. He's got a metal claw thing right there, because that's what his hand is. I don't know. This is probably my favorite one of all of them. I'm digging this. I really like this thing. But there's a lot of cool ones here too. Check these out. This one right over here is pretty cool. Look at Wreck-It Ralph. What? Look at it. He's huge. I mean, look, there's Vanellope. Tiny little hands and feet. Wreck-It Ralph. Let's see. There's my foot. There's my hand. Wreck-It Ralph is huge. But there's a lot of cool ones in here if you look. You definitely want to come by here and check it out. Got Mowgli, Ursula and her tentacles, Stitch. Look how many hands. Look at it. Look at Pooh and Piglet. What's going on there? I love it. So I am a big fan of that right there. I think it's cool. Get some photos with it, you know, check it out. I feel like it fits in this park, you know, just like in front of the real Chinese theater. You get to see all the cool, like, actors and directors and musicians, you know, hands and feet and stuff. I think it's a neat addition. But now I want to go in here and check this out, the Disney animation. Now, this isn't the official opening. There's still a lot more stuff coming. But there's a little bit of stuff back here that's kind of cool to take a look at. Once it formally opens, there's going to be a whole entire building back there. If you know anything about the history, this is where animation was actually done for a lot of big movies. And so this area will kind of be removed here. You'll be able to walk back, go into that building, and check out all the cool actual animation studio stuff where real animation work was done. And there's a lot of like interactive activities and classes and things that you can do back there. It's going to be really cool. I'm digging the fact that they are bringing back the animation to Disney. They went really heavy on the CGI and the AI for a long period of time, and I really feel like they kind of walked away from what their bread and butter was, which was this 2D, somewhat, you know, sometimes somewhat handcrafted animation that they were known for. Obviously, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I just feel like I'm really happy about the fact that they're going back to their roots. I mean, I was saying, when this was closed down and they were talking about doing something with it, I kept saying from the very beginning, I really hope they do something animation. Like, I do think they were thinking about putting Monsters, Inc. back here, and then they ultimately decided to put it where the Muppets is. But I was always saying this area, because you can look at one of the concept art for the Monsters, Inc. area, and it looks like this area right here. It doesn't look like the Muppets area. And then they came out with a new piece of concept art, and I'll show it on the screen, sort of the difference, where it does look like the Muppets area. So like, they originally, I think, had planned Muppets, Monsters, Inc. here, and then later pivoted. And I like that change, actually, although I'm sad to see Muppets gone. I like that change because I always thought this area would be really good to bring animation back into the world, back into Disney World. Use that studio back there instead of just using it for office spaces and stuff. Use it for actual animation stuff. You used to be able to go back there decades ago. You used to be able to go back there into that building and explore and experience it, and they got rid of it. So I think that was a positive change and a smart move on their part. Oh, and quick side note, if you haven't seen this show yet while we're here, you're sleeping on it. The new version of the show is actually really good. Old version, I wasn't a huge fan. This version, I myself was sleeping on it for quite a while. I'm going to be honest. I was sleeping on it. It took me a while to even watch that show after they came out with it. It was months. It was open for months before I finally saw that show. I slept on it. That was a bad choice because it's a cool show. Go see it. All right, it's time to head over here and check out Monstropolis, the official name of Monsters, Inc. Land, which we all pretty much knew it was going to be Monstropolis thanks to the display over here. Actually, right next door over there in the Walt Disney area. Oh, wow, I can see some pretty cool stuff here. See if I can zip through there. I don't know why I said zip. Just act like it didn't happen. Okay, yeah, I mean, they're moving fast on this thing. This is the Disney that I like to see. Not this, 5 years to build one thing. Bazillion years to update the Epcot Central area. Like, this is moving. I think they needed, I would say they needed some motivation, but they also had that issue with not really being able to do a whole lot because of all the political issues and lawsuits and stuff that were going on. So I think goodness those are all solved. But now, man, it's like no holds barred. Cruising on this stuff. You can see how far the wall has expanded out here. I mean, it's all the way out here into the street now. And, I mean, they're doing a bunch. Ooh, look at this. You can see the... Oh, check that out. See a little bit of this. And see, they are building the entrance pillars there. Obviously, they're pouring concrete there. There's going to be those concrete pillars for the entrance there. There's a few different pillars there. I only see... Oh, there's the other ones there. Okay, wow. Okay, it's like at an angle, kind of, which I wasn't expecting. See, they're right over there. So it's going to be this like angled, starting over there near the MuppetVision 3D building there, kind of angling out here, coming across right here. So it looks like the entrance is going to be a little bit over to the right here. But you can see that in the concept art where those pillars were. Originally, it was like an archway in the original concept art, and then they've shifted it now to these like pillars. They got rid of this like sort of brick side entrances, which I actually think was a good idea, because the other version, it was like a more narrow, like these like half wall, like sort of like brick half walls. Well, can't see anything on that. It was sort of like these like brick half walls, and almost created like a, I feel like it was like a choke point coming in, and it looks like the new entrance is going to be much broader, much easier to get in and out and allow more traffic. So I think that's a big improvement to that space. But man, they are humping on this sucker. I mean, I really do not think there is a single building in this area that does not have scaffolding on it. Like, the whole thing is being completely reimagined. And what I really like, and you can see it in the concept art, let me see if I can get kind of a shot of where that's going to be. Yeah, kind of come around here. Yeah, right here, this is, man, look at that. Mama Melrose building just looks so much different. But it's really interesting because right to the right of that, we can't really see it. Let me see if I can hook over here. Right to the right of that, yeah, you see where that Mama Melrose building ends, and it just looks like open space going through that scaffolding? There's going to be a false wall there that extends from that building back away from like this direction where we're at into the area where the Monstropolis ride is going to be, the roller coaster. That is going to be, that false wall there is basically going to create like a the facade that there's like more buildings, like a false New York, almost like New York City building like structure. So it's going to add like more thematic element to it to make it feel like it's a bigger city, which I really like that theming that they're doing there. So they're not just like, you know, retheming the buildings that are there, but they're even creating new like fake, it's like movie set walls really. So it's going to be like a thinnish kind of wall that extends and looks like buildings, more buildings that are just as tall as Mama Melrose almost, and make it feel like you're on a street that heads back towards the industrial complex there where the Monsters Inc. area, the Monsters Inc. factory, door factory is going to be. You can see that in the concept art. I'll kind of zoom in and show it. It's really cool. So man, I'm really digging how fast this is moving, and I like this storyline that they've released about Monstropolis and how it's essentially they're basically trying to, you know, make all the monsters of Monstropolis feel good about humans, because they're all, believe it or not, if you watch the movie, they're scared of humans. And so they, even though they are going to scare humans, they're scared of humans. I like this whole concept of the Department of Human Relations that they've created, and they're having this Human Day for the first time where they're inviting people as like an exchange program almost to come visit Monstropolis and like show the monsters of the city that like humans are nice and humans aren't dangerous and they're our friends kind of thing. To give that sort of like story behind why we're allowed to visit there now. So really digging it. I can't wait to see how the roller coaster fits into this, and how the door factory, like what part of the story the door factory plays in the Monstropolis storyline that they've developed. I expect to get more news about that, but man, they are cruising on this construction. I cannot wait for it to happen. Still, if you didn't watch my last video, you know that Monstropolis, that we are going to get more information on August 15th during the D23 Expo, specifically about the theater show that's going to be happening there at the Glob, and more information about Harryhausen's, the restaurant, and hopefully like a menu, but I also really hope we get more information about the roller coaster and the replacement for Pizze Rizzo's. Because I'm almost more excited about the Pizze Rizzo's replacement than I am about Harryhausen's. But we are going to be getting more information thanks to the newspaper little Easter egg drop that they put out there the other day. So this is really exciting. I can't wait to see it progress. I'm going to keep coming out here and seeing, looking at the big giant roller coaster building that's going up right now. And it is huge. I mean, it is massive in scale. I mean, it looks almost, it just looks as big as Cosmic Rewind, so I'm hoping we get a ride that's as good as Cosmic Rewind. We'll see. All right, so that's it. Quick update. Wanted to check out those two big new things. If you haven't watched, we did a Rockin' roller coaster starring the Muppets video. I'll link to that below. Check it out. Full ride POV and everything. You get to see it in its entirety and what I think about it. I really dug it, but I had some thoughts. So if you want to check that out, check it out below. If you didn't see my Monstropolis deep dive review, I'll link to that video below too. Don't forget to check it out. It's got all the details. So anyhow, that's all I've got. Hope you enjoyed this quick run around Hollywood Studios. Until I see you next time, the Noble Way is the easy way. Bye-bye, everybody.